I say, yeah, it's your boy, motherfucker Jones, back with another one. If you're new to the channel, like, comment, subscribe, let your nigga know how you thinking, what you feeling, so I can talk to you too, you know what I'm saying? Let you know what I'm thinking, why I said what I said. Alright, so today, we're gonna get right into it. I mentioned something in my last podcast that I feel like people need a little bit of clarification on. I mentioned something called the SuperWoman era to go along with the generation that was unnamed between 1965 and 1980. I want to call it that just because I was raised by somebody that was predominantly in that time. She was mainly influenced by the people before her time. And I feel like it was a type of personality and persona that was portrayed throughout the black community and the minority community. Shoot, fuck that. Fuck the divisive shit. I feel like it was spread through the lower class community more so due to welfare, I feel like there were incentives, or broken families were incentivized, I feel like. So it created this super woman, this independent woman alongside with the feminist movement. And not to put any shade, because I would love to consider myself a feminist. But y'all new feminists, man, y'all are something else. I'm going to talk about y'all next episode. But like I was saying, I felt like the superwoman persona was derived from a lot of in spite of. Now, whether it be more in spite of because of the feminist side, like you feel like you weren't equal to men, so you had to go as hard, even more hard, you know what I mean? But I feel like it created a disconnect in our universe, if that makes any sense. Because now I feel like, don't get me wrong, independent women are great things. But just like anything, we have to realize the things that we're doing in order to be the people that we are, right? So like I said, I feel like Superwoman were doing things in spite of. Now, you had men selling drugs, going to jail, doing this, that, and the third, whatever the case may be. Not in the household. Fuck that nigga. He ain't shit. I could do it all by myself. Now, being raised by one of those women, I can tell where there was a really big impact of greatness, and I can realize when there was a really big flaw to that system. Because for a woman to have to man up, it takes away from the woman essence, I feel like. And I'll get into that maybe, I just want you guys to walk with me. I'm going to probably do an episode, men versus women, while we're not really doing what we feel like we should do, and why we feel like we should do more than what we... Who was it? It was you. This nigga Rob gotta go to jail. He's disrespectful. I kick his ass. I kick his ass. Eat his children. No, so like I was saying, I feel like the disconnect came because it was just a lot more focus on the hard work, the focus, the determination, the ambition. And I feel like that's not a bad thing. But when you focus solely on that, when you are an emotional being, you start to neglect yourself of certain things. Now, I'm not saying it was purposefully, but in the midst of not being able to deal with your emotions because you feel like you have to hold a certain face or act a certain way and muscling through your women things that women go through on a day-to-day basis, and also still posturing yourself up every day and being more than that next man. And it's like, that's fucking hard. That is really hard. And it's taken a toll on our women today. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing, but you can even see that when you are going to one extreme, you miss certain things. So like women were going super hard working, not having kids. And it's like you're missing out on something that you feel innately you should do. I'm not saying all women do. But there's many women that out there that feel like they missed their chance because they were chasing a dream. It's not a bad thing at all. But it does take a pretty big chunk of time. And people and the society, this male dominated society, looks at you different. So it's like, in spite of all of those things, this superwoman was created, and it's like the balance is gone. The balance is gone in understanding. The balance is gone in wanting the things that you're going so hard for in this society. In this society, in this, what the fuck? Tongue twist that. Nah, but in this society, so it's like you can't really pinpoint where we need help, but I feel like it all does touch down in a mental health basis. It all does touch down in an implementation basis. It all does touch down in a self-awareness basis. And it's like, now we have that. Now we're moving into a generation where the women are owning everything, whether it's from being a hoe or dressing some way or free to nip. Because I wore those bracelets in high school, bro. Like, I heart boobies for a reason, my nigga. Free to nip, show them shits. But at the end of the day, it's just many things that have us understanding. But it's like the understanding has gone past understanding and into what I like to call overcompensation. I don't feel like all women are overcompensating, but I feel like there's a large majority of women that were raised by these super women that were given principles that don't necessarily line up with how they feel. So, in feeling that way, but having somebody like your mother or a woman that you look up to that was going so hard and doing the things that you did, it's like, are you letting them down because you want to have a kid? No, not at all. At the end of the day, the superwoman was a great thing, but it changed a lot in our society. It changed a lot within our households. You got these super women raising men, being tough, men-like, and then we're sitting here wondering why men don't know how to show emotions. But now they're being raised by a more conscious element, a more conscious superwoman. So it's like, oh wow, we got to deal with our emotions. We can't be treating you guys like this. But now that those principles are still innately reacted upon, the superwoman comes out. You question a man when he's being weak. You question a man's manhood when he's not acting manly. And it's like, but you have a problem when we say that's not the womanly thing to do. And it's like, what does that mean? I don't know. We all have to look at our history and try not to repeat it. There's so many things that we can learn just by looking back and actually understanding the things that we went through, because our mothers are literally everything. Everything. We got to do better in understanding why they're reacting the way they are and why and what we need to do to help this situation right now. I don't know, you guys. Let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe. Till next time, it's your boy. I'm out.